Today's episode of What's the Score is brought to you by Audible.com. You can get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial by going to www.audibletrial.com/WTS Sports Quiz. I'm listening to A Life in Parts by Bryan Cranston. I highly recommend it. You can find over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/WTS Sports Quiz. Broadcasting from the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, the man who got a great workout this morning, shoveling and pushing his car out of a snowdrift. You might even say it was great cardio. And now, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks, everyone. Oh, the weather outside is certainly frightful in Wisconsin, Game Master Scheibe. We have snow up to our ears, the cold air that feels like nails in your face. It's another year why I wonder why I ever left Florida. But you know what? Who cares? It's a great time of year. Christmas is right around the corner as well. But if you'd like to bask in our warmth and comfort, why don't come over to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, or social media pages to sign up to be a contestant today.
You can also find the show on demand on iTunes, iHeartRadio, the Sports Podcasting Network, and on our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com.
Time to meet our panelists. First up, he is the voice of the Racine Raiders and a member of the Minor League Football News Hall of Fame. Please welcome Don Wadewitz.
I think you have me confused. My name is DJ Foley. I'm filling in for Don today.
DJ Foley?
I am the second cousin, thrice removed, of legendary motivational speaker Matt Foley. And I now own his van.
All right, well, we'll move on from there. Next up, he is a sports journalist, a Youper, and a former all-conference lineman at Wisconsin Lutheran College. Please welcome Ian DeMarse.
Thanks, Baxter. It's good to be back. Congratulations to Lamar Jackson for winning the Heisman yesterday. Good for him.
Yeah, well done, Lamar. And finally, making his debut on the panel, he is a 12-year radio voice of the Milwaukee Admirals hockey team. It's Aaron Sims.
Thank you very much. I heard Don was going to be here, and I started to question whether I wanted to come or not. And then when I knew Don was going to be here for sure, I thought, well, it's too late to cansel now.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate it, at least for my sake, Aaron, that we have to go through this together at least.
Second place.
Yeah, that's right. Second, yeah, right.
Well, welcome to the show panel. It is, of course, an exciting time on the show. We have just celebrated our one-year anniversary, as we did last show, which we had a fantastic panel. Now we have another all-star caliber panel, and Don Wadewitz joining us this week. But, Don, I'm curious, though. You despise coming to the downtown area, and thankfully we somehow managed to track you to get down here. But why do you hate downtown Milwaukee so much?
Okay, Bill. We need to get something going here, all right?
Okay.
I'm DJ Foley.
DJ Foley.
DJ Foley.
DJ Foley.
Don is my agent. He sent me here. He said that you guys paid for this, so if you could just pay me now, and then I will worry about answering your questions later, that would be great. But I just want to make sure that we get the payment on the table.
Well, last time you were on the show, you were trying to pay off our game master, so I don't know if we have that in the budget.
I do have a couple of dollars on me, and I'm willing to try that again, but really I'm counting on the money from you guys to be able to put air in my tires so I can move my van so it doesn't get towed.
Well, best of luck with that. All right, Game Master Scheibe, let's roll along with the show.
It's time to get this show on the road with our first contestant game. Joining us on the phone to play Quotable Context is Sean Tien. Welcome to the show, Sean.
Hello.
All right, Sean, you're going to be playing our first game called Quotable Context, where Game Master Scheibe will read you 5 quotes from this past week's news, and you must correctly identify the context of each quote. Do that 3 out of 5 times, and you will win a What's the Score prize. However, if you do get stuck on a question, you can ask one of our panelists for a hint, but only on one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play, sir?
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
All right, here is your first quote.
Comparing a college team to a pro team is just disrespectful.
That was cornerback Joe Hayden talking about what funny/interesting simulation that Bleacher Report did this past week.
Oh no! Oh man, I can't think of it. Panelists, I need help.
You're gonna use you have one hint. You want to use it on your first question? Are you sure?
I'm gonna use it right away.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. Do you want to talk to Aaron, Don, or Ian for your hint?
Let's go, Don. Let's go with the Don.
The Don. All right, Don, how can you help out Sean?
So they may have done a simulation of perhaps one of the best college football teams and one of the worst NFL teams.
So we're looking for those two teams, if you can help us narrow that down, Sean.
Alabama and Cleveland.
Yeah, that's correct. Nicely done. Alabama beats Cleveland 34-0 in the Madden simulation. We hear people often talking about how Alabama could likely beat the Browns, especially with how bad they've been this season. I feel like maybe it's possible, but people always make the they're not pro players. Alabama, even though they're probably the best team in the country, only has maybe 10 to 15 pro players on their team. But it's just kind of funny that the score has finally been settled, I guess, with the simulation kind of a thing.
In another simulation that they did, the Cleveland Cavaliers also beat the Browns.
LeBron threw for 600 yards, basically. That's fantastic. All right, here is your next quote.
I call Baker LeBron James. He makes everybody around him better.
That was Oklahoma wide receiver Dede Westbrook talking about the talent of what quarterback on his team?
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done.
So he needs help on the Browns in Alabama,
apparently,
but nails Baker Mayfield, who I have never heard of in my life.
I was going to say, I was shocked Dede Westbrook heard of Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield has had a pretty good season. I mean, he threw 38 touchdowns and almost 3,700 yards as well, too, and he was a Heisman candidate also.
Yeah, he did take third yesterday. It was by a wide margin, but he still third.
Yeah.
Are you calling me fat?
Is your name Baker Mayfield, or are you Dede Westbrook, maybe?
Just the way his hands were coming towards me.
I thought you were DJ Foley.
Yeah. See, someone's paying attention, I guess. All right, Sean, here is your next quote.
Why is one snow angel illegal and why is one legal?
That was NFL Senior VP Dean Blandino commenting on what event that continues to get many players flagged each and every game.
Celebration.
Yeah,
celebration
yes, exactly. Yeah, touchdown celebrations.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
I got thrown for a loop right there. I was like, Snow Angel. I remember Randall Cobb doing that.
Yes, exactly. And he's actually one of the two angels in question, basically. The 49ers corner, Rashad Robinson, got flagged for a celebration, and then Randall Cobb also did not get flagged for the same celebration just last week. It's interesting, too. The NFL rulebook makes it very clear. Rule 12, Section 3, Article 1D reads, players are prohibited from engaging in any celebrations or demonstrations while on the ground.
They just need to figure out this whole celebration rule.
Well, if they can't figure out a catch, how are they going to figure out a celebration?
Yeah, but they used to do it where you can't celebrate with your team, like in a huge jumble or whatever, and then now they do it where, one person does one thing and then they get flagged every time for it.
Tasteful song and dance, 15 seconds long. That's what the rule should be.
Tasteful song and dance. I like that.
Well,
yeah.
And how are you not impeding on somebody's religious expression, freedom of expression,
right?
when they're doing a snow angel?
I'm doing a snow
you're
angel.
going to flag them.
What, you hate God or you hate angels? It's like it just can be a huge.
Well, you can hate the Angels.
I guess.
Anaheim,
from Anaheim.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we don't want to get into that. All right, here's your next quote.
It was just a bad night.
That was Derek Carr after his team lost to who on Thursday Night Football?
Kansas City.
Yeah, that is correct.
I didn't even play, and I almost threw for as many yards as Derek Carr on that night.
Aaron's like, I'm in hockey, and I still almost did better, basically. But yeah, the Raiders were supposedly one of the best teams in the NFL, but going into Kansas City last Thursday night, there was that sense that an upset might be brewing, and sure enough, the Chiefs ended up winning 21-13 in that game.
I mean, from my opinion, I expected them to lose just because of the fact that, Derek Carr still got the issue with his finger.
He said that didn't play a factor in the game at all.
I mean, that's what all quarterbacks say when they have a hand issue. They say it's not a factor, but just from the way he was getting the ball in the snaps, you could tell like he was trying to keep his finger back.
Yeah, I still find it hard that Alex Smith is considered one of the best, one of the more winningest quarterbacks basically in the NFL. I'm like, he doesn't do anything. He throws for sub 200 yards every single game for like 6-yard passes to Travis Kelce, and then it's just like, he's a great quarterback.
It's like old man golf. You hit it 28 yards, but it's right down the middle all the time.
It's like, I hit straight every time.
Everyone.
It's like he's one of the all-time greats.
Apparently, it's an effective method. So
is Alex Smith a Hall of Fame quarterback?
No.
He's our modern day Trent Dilfer.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So if Kansas City, God forbid, wins the Super Bowl this year, is he going to have a case for being a Hall of Fame quarterback?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so, but you never know nowadays. All right, here is your final quote.
I'm loving what I'm seeing. I am inspired.
That was Emmitt Smith talking about what rookie running back and his incredible first NFL season.
Ezekiel Elliott.
That is correct, yes. Zeke is torn through the NFL. But is this the year that Dallas finally heads back to the Super Bowl, though? I know Don hates the Cowboys, so I'll get to you in a minute, Don, because I'm sure you'll get us there in a moment.
I mean,
Ian?
it's great that I like what they're doing right now, but they're just too young right now, in my opinion. Yeah, they have probably the best offensive line in football. But
that's true.
when you have a rookie quarterback that he's going to have his first playoff game this year, and who knows what's going to happen. He's probably going to get some nerves in him. Same with Zeke, even although looking at him through the playoffs in college.
Zeke looks like a man among boys right now.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see, but I honestly don't even see them winning their first playoff game.
Really? That's interesting. Don, your thoughts about that?
There's 3 reasons I quit Facebook. 1, politics, 2, the Cubs, and 3, the Cowboys have a good season. I'm off until the world rights itself again.
You're going to be waiting a long time. But you're still on Twitter, though, which is arguably even more,
I tend to
skewed.
troll less on Twitter than I did on Facebook.
It's more of a professional battleground.
Exactly.
You're
limited to 140 characters rather than
I mean, the furthest extent I take that is ripping on Baxter's bow ties and Dan Pfeiffer's sweater vest.
He spent hour and a half on Twitter. He got him.
We wouldn't even know who the Unabomber was if there was Twitter back then.
Exactly.
Wouldn't have got it out.
Game Master Scheibe, how did Sean do on our quiz?
Sean got 5 out of 5 correct. A perfect score. He's a winner.
Hey, fantastic. Thanks so much for playing, Sean.
And before we head to our first break, I want to note that Don gets his first panelist point for a successful hint.
The man who doesn't like points got a point.
I will be leading for this segment.
There we go. It's a good high bar to hold. I like that.
And we are heading to our first break now, but when we come back, our panelists will have their first crack at showcasing their knowledge of this past week's sports news. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
So you're sitting at home probably right now thinking, hey, you know what? What's the Score? Sounds like a really fun show. I'm really enjoying my time listening. But you know what you're not doing? You're not signing up to be a contestant, and we want you to do that. Go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and click on the contact form, or fill out the contestant form on the front page of the website, or go visit us on Facebook, What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, or on Twitter, at WTS Sports Quiz, and click on one of the social media posts that have Be a Contestant. You could win a great prize. You get to talk to Game Master Scheibe. You get to talk to me. You just get to have sports news quiz fun at the highest level. It seems like a pretty obvious thing, so why are you still listening? Go do that right now. Go be a contestant on What's the Score. We need you. But seriously, though, thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. This week, our panelists are Don Wadewitz, Ian DeMarse, and Aaron Sims. And now, here's your host at the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks, everyone. Time now for our panelists to showcase their knowledge about this past week's sports news. Don, DJ, whatever the heck you're going by. Chuck Sager with your suit and tie. We'll start with
Phil.
you. All right. Question for you. UFC fighter Conor McGregor is taking the next step in his acting career. After it was announced he'd be joining what HBO show?
Oh, Lordy.
You do have a hint if you want to use your...
Considering I know no HBO shows, I will take a hint.
Okay, this is the funny part about it is, I've never seen this, but the running joke about this is that everybody dies in this series. There's also dragons as well. That's as much as I can give you.
And I'm not going to be able to come up with the answer. I know what show it is, but I can't come up with the name.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, Game of Thrones is what we were looking for, actually. So, but it's interesting. No word exactly on what role the fiery Irishman is going to be holding, but it's safe to say that he will more than likely be someone that's going to kill a lot of people. Just because you can't have a guy like Conor McGregor on and just be like, oh, you're going to go be a peasant or something. Like he's going to go rain havoc and punch a dragon in the face or something. It's basically what I expect from him.
All right, Ian, the next one's for you. The Cavaliers got so bored while playing the Knicks last week that mid-game the players started doing what on the sidelines?
Oh, they're up so big that they did the water bottle challenge.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done. I don't know what's more embarrassing, getting blown out on the court or having people flip water bottles on the sidelines, basically. But it was pretty funny. LeBron and company were seen on the bench flipping water bottles. Kyrie Irving was there too, and LeBron had one that he threw that it went on the court, and he quick dove on the court mid-game and knocked it off while people were still running by, and the ref were just kind of looking at him like, what the heck are you doing?
I think for LeBron, he was just sticking it more to Phil Jackson, not just because with the whole thing that's going on with them and the whole posse situation.
Situation? I've been I just had a kitty. I don't know what's going on in the sports world.
I'm not sure how long ago it was, but Phil Jackson called LeBron's group of people posse, and LeBron didn't think it was the right word to describe his group of people.
Who's his group of people, though?
Like his
Chris
agent,
Paul,
and
Dwayne Wade,
like
all
his
those
agents,
guys?
and all those people.
Agents, multiple apparently. I guess when you make that much money, I guess you got to be able to.
Well, the other thing is, such a big deal was made about this because it's on a basketball court. But I mean, what if this would have happened in a dugout? What do the guys in baseball do all the time? I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that goes on there, and so now that this is a basketball court, maybe a little more visible, and obviously the bottle going out on the court, and maybe they should have teed them up. I don't know. Especially for not being able to land one of those.
Right,
15 years ago, though, the Brewers had a reliever named Ray King who would use the George Foreman grill all the time. So when the Cavaliers start putting the George Foreman grill out there, then I'll be interested.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going for Ray King's body physique, so maybe I should get one of those. I just can't throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. And I'm not lefty.
King, yeah.
Exactly. Only 85. Yeah, exactly. All right, Aaron, question for you. Remember last week when the Vegas Golden Knights revealed their new franchise? A lot of people were excited about that. Well, they've already run into a big problem. They haven't even played a single minute on the ice yet. What is their new problem that they're facing?
The problem is the trademark issue with other schools and teams.
Yes, that is correct. So everybody was excited. It was all over social media. The Vegas Golden Knights, and people were thrilled about it. But then the U.S. Patent Office was like, actually, no, we're going to deny your claim because the College of St. Rose, they are the Golden Knights as well. But according to the Vegas organization, they said, we believe everyone will be satisfied with the outcome.
The nice thing is it's finally the first time somebody's heard of the College of St. Rose.
Exactly. They just all of a sudden, people are like, whoa, where's the College of St. Rose? That's pretty cool.
I'm still disappointed in the NHL for naming Las Vegas the Golden Knights. They should have did.
What were you? I was
hoping
curious
for
to get
the
people's
gamblers or some sort of thing that had to
Isn't
do
that
with
cliche, though?
It's cliche, but I mean, that's kind of what you expect nowadays, at least from what I think.
I would suppose that, yeah.
So first off, I want to give you credit for giving the hockey guy a hockey question.
First, I got to start him off.
You eased him in, got him comfortable. So
I knew if I asked him a soccer question.
That's good journalism. That's good journalism right there. You ease him in, and then you hit him with the big ones later on.
Exactly.
And the Golden Knights, I also hear that Marquette down the road may have had something to do with that trademark infringement, that they're maybe considering another name change yet again to the Golden Knights.
Oh,
I'm joking.
I was going to say, I was like,
sorry.
I don't think that's
as an alum that went through the Warriors to gold to Golden Eagles to whatever else we were. I think our school had 6 nicknames while I went there.
Wow. Okay, you guys just had an identity crisis. Somebody, yay!
Well, we're heading to a break, but when we come back, our second contestant will have a chance to play one of our new games. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a few minutes on What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. What's the Score would like to take this time to thank one of our partners, Vavel USA, the international online sports newspaper, for their support. Head over to vavel.com/en-US today as they provide professional reporting on all major sports in the USA. Follow them on Twitter at @Vavel_USA and go like their Facebook page for prime access to the ultimate source for sports coverage on the web. We here at What's the Score are proud to partner with a terrific organization like Vavel USA.
Well, hey, everybody, this is Baxter. I just want to take a quick minute to point something out. We've been on the air for almost a year. It's amazing how long this show has actually been going on with all the other stuff that we have going on in our lives. But Game Master Shabby and I have worked really hard, and we are thrilled to continue to be on the air. But there's one thing that we haven't done a lot of so far. We haven't done a lot of live shows. So if you're sitting at home right now thinking to yourself, I really would like a great sports news trivia quiz show to come and do a live event at my church, at my fair, at my restaurant, at whatever, why not contact us? We'd love to come out and do it. Send us an email, wtsportsquiz@gmail.com, or visit the contact form on our website, wtsportsquiz.com. We'd love to chat with you and figure out if we can't come and do some crazy sports news trivia fun with you. All right, enough of this. Let's get back to the action. Game Master Scheibe, take it away.
Hello all, and welcome back to the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. We have a great panel here today. It's Ian DeMarse, Aaron Sims, and Don Wadewitz. And in a few minutes, they'll have the opportunity to gain an edge over the others before their final showdown. Before that, though, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. Coming up, we put our panelists to the test in our Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown. If you'd like to play our games on the air, go and visit our website, wtsportsquiz.com, and sign up today.
Playing our next game is Jeremy Vanderlinden. Welcome to the show, Jeremy.
Hey.
All right, Jeremy, if you were a baseball fan or someone that just enjoys the old game that people call baseball, then the winter meetings are on par with the NFL or the NBA draft, basically, in terms of the excitement and the meaningfulness that can come out of it. In this game, we're going to quiz you about some of the moves that were actually made this past week.
In this game, which we're calling Winter Treats, we'll give you 5 questions surrounding the winter meetings. Correctly answer 3 out of 5 questions, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. If you get stuck, you can ask one of our panelists for a hint, but on only one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, here is your first question. Aroldis Chapman is leaving the Windy City with his World Series ring and heading to which team courtesy of a new 5-year, $86 million contract? Is it A, the New York Yankees, B, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, or C, the LA Dodgers?
I'm going to go with C, the Dodgers.
That is incorrect. No, unfortunately. He is going to the Yankees. If you're going to find a team that's going to spend that much money, always assume the Yankees, I feel like.
I kind of went off. I kind of went off the path there. I should have went with the Yankees. Complete failure on my part.
Yeah, you've got 4 more opportunities, so we'll see if you can redeem yourself, okay?
So, Jeremy, you weren't one of those good test takers in school, were you?
No, I was not. The test was trying to confuse me, so I was going to pick the opposite answer of what was what it should have been.
And how did that work out for you? I'm curious.
Apparently not well.
I guess.
I would say not well. We don't have to get into specifics or grades and averages, but we'll just say it was a low grade point average.
Well, it's not that
great.
Well, we are either way. Though we won't judge you too badly, Jeremy. Don't worry.
All right. Well, here's your next one. The Boston Red Sox are probably the biggest winners of this year's winter meetings, acquiring a couple players that should help them in 2017. Which of the following players did they not acquire by trade? Is it A, Tyler Thornburg, B, Steve Pearce, or C, Chris Sale?
I'm going to say B, Steve Pearce.
Yeah, there you go. When in doubt, choose B, right? Isn't that like the most multiple choice test kind of?
I thought it was C.
Is it C? Oh, boy.
I thought it was A. I thought it was D. I mean, it could be any one of them.
I thought you just added one and said all of the above or none of the above and circled both.
Exactly, yeah. Pierce signed a 2-year contract with Toronto. Thornburg came over from the Brewers, and Sale, the big prize, was picked up from the Chicago White Sox. All right, here is your next one. The pitching is always a big deal, of course, at these meetings. Which team did not acquire a new closer through free agency or a trade? Was it A, the Chicago Cubs, B, the San Francisco Giants, or C, the Texas Rangers?
I'm going to go with C, the Texas Rangers.
That is correct. Nicely done. He's redeemed himself. We'll see if he can continue with his consistent ways.
Why are you putting the pressure on him? He already said he's not very good at taking tests, Baxter.
You just need
Do you
one
not
more
want to
right,
give away
Jeremy.
the free candy bar or whatever?
All right, Jeremy, here's your next question.
Talk about frequent flyer miles. In 2012, this player came into the major leagues with the Colorado Rockies, eventually wound up in Boston, where he played briefly for the Red Sox, before refusing a minor league assignment, re-signed with Colorado in November and got released again, then got picked up in the Rule 5 draft by Boston. Is this player A, Josh Rutledge, B, Alan Cordoba, or C, Brock Holt?
Complete guess, but I'm going to go with B.
B, Alan Cordoba?
Yes.
That is incorrect. No, unfortunately. It was Josh Rutledge, actually. Rutledge may compete for sometimes at third base with the Sox, Travis Shaw being away, but we'll see what happens also with Pablo Sandoval as well. Here is your final question. Let's see if we can make you a winner. Which one of the following things did not happen during this year's winter meetings? Is it A, both major league teams in Texas signed outfielders named Carlos? B, the Chicago Cubs and White Sox both acquired minor leaguers named Ray Johnson? Or C, the Cincinnati Reds selected 2 catchers in the Rule 5 draft? You do still have a hint as well if you want to use your hint, if I'm not mistaken about that.
Yes, actually, I think I do want to use my hint.
Okay.
If I could, please.
Absolutely. Do you want to ask Aaron, Don, or Ian for a hint?
You know what? I'm going to go with Aaron Sims.
Aaron Sims.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
sir.
All right. Let's see. How can I do this here? Let's see.
You got to do the best you
I know,
can to point him in the right direction.
I know. Okay. It had only one guy was involved in this thing, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, boy. Could I get the potential answers again, please?
Absolutely. So you have A, both major league teams in Texas signed outfielders named Carlos. B, the White Sox and the Cubs both acquired a minor leaguer named Ray Johnson. Or C, the Cincinnati Reds selected 2 catchers in the Rule 5 draft.
Oh, geez. The hint I do not find useful, but thanks for trying to
So when in
I'm
doubt,
going to go with B.
Yeah, you're right. Nicely done.
Extremely useful.
Well done. Yeah, you got it right. So that's definitely was useful. Game Master Scheibe, how did Jeremy do on our game?
Jeremy got 3 out of 5 correct. He's a winner.
Hey, nicely done, Jeremy.
So Aaron doesn't seriously get a point for that clue, right?
That's at Game Master Scheibe's discretion.
Well, you know,
it's like a save. Did he come in? Was it really a worthwhile save? Was it a hold when he gave up 8 runs?
You know what? He gave him more time to think about it.
I like
so
to think there was it was a mound visit and moral support is what it was.
Yeah, I'll give it to
okay.
you.
Who do I need to file the formal protest with?
You don't even know who you are.
That
today.
would also be me.
Yes, exactly. All right, panel, some more questions for you. Oh, the money's on the table. All right. Ian, over to you. EA Sports made one FIFA 17 fan's come true this past week by doing what for him?
You and those soccer questions.
I thought this was sports. I'm just going to put it out there again.
Ouch.
Okay, can I get a hint for this one?
Absolutely. So for people that are not good enough to actually play professional sports, to get into games, this is kind of a cool thing. You know, so a lot of people will sometimes do this to be like, oh, look, I actually play for the Packers.
Oh, they signed him to like a one-day contract?
No, they did not, unfortunately. They actually put this kid in the game. So 15-year-old Vancouver native Kenton Doust beat brain cancer 3 different times. And while he was fighting, members of the MLS club Vancouver Whitecaps visited him a lot. FIFA rewarded his perseverance in his fight by making him a 95 overall in the FIFA's version of their Ultimate Team, which is, I think, a really class move overall by EA Sports. So it's a pretty cool thing. And they gave him a 99 toughness as well, too, for everything that he overcame. So it was pretty awesome.
So what they're saying is there's a chance for you still, Baxter.
I hope so, yes. I mean, I continue to go kick as much as I can. So, I mean, I'm hoping Jacksonville or even Minnesota calls me at some point, because their kickers can't make field goals to save their life. So we'll see.
All right, Aaron, the next one's for you. Aside from having one of the coolest names ever, Major Applewhite received some good news this week by landing the head coach job at what college program?
Major Applewhite moved to Oregon.
No, he did not, unfortunately. He actually just stayed in the same building. He went from the offensive coordinator at Houston to the head coach at Houston, actually. For those that have followed Applewhite, which is just my next kid's
Why wouldn't you be?
My next kid's going to be Major Applewhite Colburn. I'm already saying it. Now, he spent time, my wife in the audience is like, I don't think so.
And then you can call him Mac.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Mac. See, Mac. This is our son, Mac. I like that. She's still not liking it. I tried. But Applewhite has spent time at Rice and Alabama, and now we'll have a shot at being a head coach as well. So pretty exciting, that's for sure. Don, question over for you. Former Mets manager Bobby Valentine currently finds himself on the short list for what non-baseball job?
I will need to call in a hint again here.
Do you have a version of this, Game Master Scheibe?
Oh boy!
Oh, you're calling Josh for hints. Ooh.
He's the greatest one on the short list. Just the greatest.
I know it.
So are we looking really general? Is that what we're talking about?
It's pretty. I mean,
for a role in the Trump administration.
Yes, basically.
Okay,
that's general, but yes, I will give it to you. Yes. He's going to potentially be Trump's U.S. ambassador to Japan. So apparently when you manage a team in Japan for a season, that qualifies you to be the U.S. ambassador to that country.
Well, there's something with it. Isn't he like part Japanese or something? Or there's something with that, isn't there?
Must be. Or maybe he has some sort of a citizenship.
It was either going to be him or Tom Selleck. I dated myself, didn't I?
Well, it's time for another break, but don't worry, we'll be right back, and our panelists will have another chance to answer some questions about the past week's sports news. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey guys, this is Baxter. I want to take a quick minute to let you know that we've changed a couple of things here at What's the Score. The show will no longer be broadcast live on Sunday afternoon or evenings anymore. Instead, you can find the show every Monday morning on demand, right at your fingertips at 8 a.m. Central Time. Go and download it on iTunes, visit us on Spreaker.com, or go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, to get the most recent show and past shows as well. The best way to keep in touch with everything that What's the Score is doing. So once again, no more live shows, but go and download it, iTunes, Spreaker.com, and What's the Score, WTSSportsQuiz.com.
Hey, What's the Score, listeners? This is Bobo from Titletown Sound. I have just 1 minute to tell you all about our podcast and our website, TitletownSoundoff.com. On Titletown Sound, 4 lifelong Green Bay Packers fans, including myself and What's the Score panelist James Korsmo, we come together to talk about the previous week's game, the current state of the team, the outlook for their next matchups, and whatever other topics are on our minds that, as a fellow Packers fan, are probably on yours as well. It's like listening to 4 of your buddies talk football. We give sensible takes on the Packers. Well, okay, mostly sensible. Usually I say something silly or dumb. But the other guys have valuable takes on the Pack, whether positive, negative, or in between. It's straightforward, honest talk. And we love hearing from our fans. We answer Twitter questions from fans every week, and we have a voicemail line if you'd rather vocalize your opinions to us. The show? Titletown Sound. The website? TitletownSoundoff.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at Titletown Sound, and even if football isn't your bag, give us a try. You might find the entertainment value to be higher than the average football pod.
Welcome back to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, and thanks for listening in. We're broadcasting from the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, and we're playing this week with Aaron Sims, Don Wadewitz, and Ian DeMarse. And here, once again, is your host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everybody. We've had a fantastic show so far. Quick reminder for you can get the show on demand by going to iHeartRadio. You can find it on iTunes and the Sports Podcasting Network as well. It's time now for a segment we like to call Stump the Scheibe. All right, the way it works is I give Game Master Scheibe 2 sports facts. One of them is real, one of them is fake, and he must tell me, based off of his many powers of game mastery, which one is the real one.
I have a degree in game mastery, you know.
You do. Where did you get that from, do you know?
His bedroom.
St. Rose.
That's actually what I was going to say. I printed it out this morning.
Oh, did you? Okay. Made it in Microsoft Word or something, or Adobe Photoshop. All right. Here are your two questions. Yeah, Paint, exactly. Signage master. All right. Number one, here it is. Sammy Sosa. We all know Sammy Sosa. He holds 3 of the 8 60-plus home run seasons in Major League Baseball history. Okay? Your second one. Jared Goff of the LA Rams is the only NFL player to have triple citizenship, United States, German, and French. His father was in the Navy for 22 years.
All right.
Which one of those is real? Sosa holds 3 of the 8 60-plus home run seasons in Major League Baseball history, or Jared Goff of the Rams is the only NFL player to have triple citizenship, United States, German, and French, because his dad was in the Navy for 22 years.
It's really difficult to get triple citizenship as far as I understand.
It is, yeah.
Now, and it would make sense that he would be one of the few, but I also think that because there are so many NFL players that it would not necessarily be he would not only be the only one.
It's true.
Who possibly has
that
it.
is possible, yes.
I'm actually going to go with Sammy Sosa.
You are going to go with Sammy Sosa. That is correct. Yes, nicely done.
Well, looky here. We have a regular Swami.
I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean?
Or was it the Schwab?
Dating yourself
Did I,
again.
should I,
Schwab.
I messed that up. All right. Wow. All right. That was a total failure.
That's
but
all good. No,
I'll
worries.
sit with it.
No
Well,
worries.
it's
totally
time for our last slate of questions for our panelists this week. Aaron, the first one's for you. Scott Sable is a weatherman in Cleveland, Ohio. He's currently growing a beard until one of what 2 things happen?
He's growing a beard until one of what 2 things happen.
I'll say this before. Think of the location.
Yep, exactly. I'm going to say the Browns win a game.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done. So he will shave either until the Browns win their first game or the NFL season is over, which at this point kind of looks like the season ending is going to be his saving grace, not the Browns actually winning a game. If you look at it, too, he's done progressions on his Twitter. He's basically gone full Ryan Fitzpatrick right now. If you can kind of think of that just gnarly Fitzpatrick beard, that's basically what it looks like now.
So everybody in New York hates this guy, too.
Yes, basically.
And the station benched him.
Yes, for no good reason.
They didn't tell him till afterwards.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Made the public announcement.
Exactly. It's kind of safe to say, too, for Sable, if he didn't hate the Browns before this, that he really, really hates the Browns. Now it's like, would you just
And his
win
wife
game?
really hates him.
Yes, exactly. He hasn't slept in the same bed with her since August, basically. All right.
You know a lot of inside info.
Twitter, man, I'm telling you, there's lots of things you can find. Don, question for you. Now, it was a close field this year, but what quarterback was named the very best in college football this week? Not the Heisman, just the best quarterback. I don't know what's going on.
You said his name before we even started, and I have no idea.
I think he's doing the Davey O'Brien thing. It's not Davey O'Brien.
Yeah, exactly. Tim Tebow, is he still around?
Doug Flutie? Flutie? Anybody with Doug Flutie?
It's not. No.
Yeah.
No.
Just,
okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of anybody here.
No, that's fine. I understand. Deshaun Watson is who we were looking for, actually.
Just to let you know, that wasn't the quarterback I said earlier.
Yeah,
that was not the quarterback you said earlier.
Lamar Jackson, I think, is who you said earlier. Yeah,
Watson, Jackson. Next thing you're going to throw in.
Somebody.
I could have said Baker Mayfield.
We did talk about that, yeah. Clemson's quarterback took home the Davey O'Brien Award for the second year in a row, beating out Oklahoma's Baker Mayfield
you even knew the
and
name
Lamar
of that
Jackson.
award.
Well, I just knew the statue based
for
on what
that.
Ian was doing. He was doing the statue so well.
I had no idea what that even was.
All right, Ian, the last one's for you. Back in 2011, what NBA star almost found himself on the LA Lakers, but had the move vetoed by the commish?
I remember this straight because I was so excited, and then I got so angry in the span of like 10 minutes. That was Chris Paul.
Yeah, that is correct. Nicely done. So, back in 2011, the NBA purchased the struggling New Orleans Hornets, making then-Commissioner David Stern the de facto owner of the team. The Lakers worked out a trade with the Hornets point guard Chris Paul, but Stern vetoed the deal, but later approved a trade sending Paul to the Clippers instead.
It wasn't the fact that I wanted him to go to L.A. Chris Paul is a great NBA player, and he deserves to win an NBA championship.
He does.
No offense to the Clippers, they're a great team, but they always tend to choke in the playoffs. Always.
That's true. No, I would agree with you on that one. I think it would have been fun to see Chris Paul and Kobe on the same team. I think that would have been a dynamic duo instead of Chris Paul and Blake Griffin just, jumping over cars and doing slam dunks and stuff. So it's not... I don't know. It's kind of weird. But Chris Paul, nonetheless, though, is he a Hall of Famer if he never wins a ring?
Yes.
Is he one of those that's like, even if he doesn't, he's still kind of a sort of thing?
I would say without a doubt.
Fair enough. He's a good player.
Well, folks, it's time for me to break up the fun once again. But when we come back, our final contestant will play another one of our new games. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey guys, this is Baxter Colburn. Just want to take a quick minute to remind all of you to go check us out on social media. You can go find us on Facebook by searching for What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. And while you're on our Facebook page, why not invite some of your friends to come like our Facebook page as well? You can go and check out all the great recordings that we do, behind-the-scenes pictures. You can see the different videos we do with a lot of our panelists as well, and just get to know What's the Score a little bit better as well. Also, go check us out on Twitter, at WTS Sports Quiz, and at WTS Sports Quiz on Instagram as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the three most powerful things on the social media spectrum right now, and What's the Score is on all of them. Go and check us out today.
Welcome back, everyone. This is What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. Our Left's Lucky Town Name 5 panelist showdown is coming up. But first, we have a new game called Not So Minor. Here to get the game going is your host at the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Baxter Colburn!
Thank you, Josh. Thanks, everyone. Just a quick reminder to go check out our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com. You can see who taps our panelist leaderboard. You can find past shows and also see the schedule for upcoming events as well.
Time now to welcome in our last contestant. Playing our final game is Tanner Burke. Welcome to the show, Tanner.
It is good to be here. It is good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, Tanner. All right, it is undeniably hockey season, and it is time we talked about some hockey, of course, on What's the Score. In this game, we're going to test your knowledge of minor league hockey, actually, not NHL hockey.
In this game, which we are calling Not So Minor, we'll give you 5 questions related to minor league hockey. Answer at least 3 correctly, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. If you get stuck, you can ask one of our panelists for a hint, but on only one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
I was born ready.
Fantastic. I like his determination. All right, here's your first question. Hopefully this will be an easy one to start you with. Which of the following is a real American Hockey League team and not a slapping together of references from The Simpsons and British television? Is it A, the Springfield Thunderbirds, B, Capital City Terrahawks, or C, the Shelbyville Parrots?
I'm going to take a stab in the dark here just because I'm feeling good. I'm going to go with A, Baxter.
That is correct. Yes, Springfield Thunderbirds.
All right.
Aaron, after every one of these, I'm going to go to you and say, where is
Springfield, new team. Springfield has an old history in the American Hockey League. Eddie Shore used to own the team, but it's been moved around several times. So this is a newer franchise, even though it's the same city. So a new team name, new city.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen them yet this season?
Never. We've never been out there. The American Hockey League makes sure that the East and the West never meet.
Wow.
Yeah. Old ALNL. Yep. Old ALNL type of thing.
Fair enough.
They want it to be a civil war.
Yes, exactly.
Boy, is it ever civil. Yeah.
All right. Here's your next one, Tanner.
Which pair of teams respectively won the AHL and the ECHL titles? Is it A, the Lake Erie Monsters and Allen Americans, B, the Kalamazoo Wings and the Florida Everblades, or C, the Ottawa Red Blacks and the Ontario Hosers?
Well, see, so I'm from Western New York. I am native to Lake Erie. So I am going to have to go with the Lake Erie Monsters.
Yes, that is correct. And the Allen Americans. I love these names of some of these teams. I know the fact that Florida Everblades are a real team because I've been to many Everblades games back when I lived down in Naples, Florida. But the Americans, nobody has a problem with the team being called the Americans?
I believe they're actually pronounced the Allin Americans.
The Allin.
Hey,
well played.
If Budweiser can rename their beer America, I'm fine with a team being called the Americans.
That is true.
And I still don't drink Budweiser.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
You are not American.
They're not a sponsor, are they?
Exactly. Today's show brought to you by Budweiser. And they have dropped their funding. Thank you, Don. All right, Tanner, here's your next one. Which of the following is not a real American Hockey League team and is just a tall tale we decided to make up? Is it A, the Milwaukee Admirals, B, the Portland Whalers, or C, the San Jose Barracuda?
Oh, man. That first one's got my name on it, but I don't know if I'm sure about that one. You know
Choose
what?
wisely.
It's 2016. It's 2016, and
Indeed it is,
I
yes.
feel like the name Whalers would probably have some issues behind it, so I'm going to go with the Portland Whalers.
Yeah, that is correct.
That's an unbelievable reasoning line. Yeah. Tremendous.
I was like, if you didn't listen to the beginning of the show, you would know that answer A is that person employs panelist number one on our show.
We really appreciate your support. Thanks for being from Milwaukee, and that's great.
Exactly.
Thank you. We're
But
marketing opportunities, Aaron.
We got uniforms and everything. It's really great.
we're really coming around. We're hoping this might be our year. All right, here is your next one, Tanner.
Which ECHL team located on the eastern seaboard chose their unique team name because, according to their website, the name holds dear to a variety of residents, businesses, popular recreational areas, and the historic railroad dating back to the 1920s? Is it A, the Toledo Walleye, B, the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, or C, the Orlando Solar Bears?
I think you're just making this up. What is this? What is this, 20 questions over here?
Basically. You do have a hint as well if you want to go for it, unless you just...
I'm going to have to use a hint on this one.
Okay. Do you
I clearly wasn't ready for that.
That's okay. Do you want to talk to Aaron, Don, or Ian for your hint?
Ian, hit me, man.
All right, think of a color.
Any color? Or just a color?
A certain color that you should know from what they told you.
Is chrome a color?
If you're a hipster, yes.
Yeah.
Well, solar and swamp are not colors, so I'm going to have to go with B on this one.
Yes, that is correct. Unless you're a Crayola crayon. I feel like they've got salmon
Probably
as a color.
something in there,
walleye.
I thought solar was a Crayola color.
I thought it was. Isn't it like
It's
black?
in the 64 pack with the sharpener.
Yeah. What is a swamp rabbit? I've seen a lot of things.
They reproduce a lot.
It has a lot to do with the popular recreational areas and the historic railroad dating back to the 1920s in Greenville.
What? Wow. Thanks, Aaron.
That sounds very familiar to me.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
holy
appreciate
cow.
that.
The more you know. Holy cow. All right, Tanner, here's your final question. Which of these franchises is not an AHL team? But is a team that played in both the International and Central Hockey Leagues until about 10 years ago? Is it A, the Indianapolis Ice, B, the St. John's Ice Caps, or C, the Rockford Ice Hogs?
Well, I feel like Indianapolis can come up with a more creative name than just the Ice. That'd be like calling the Green Bay Packers the Green Bay Football. That's not really very creative, so I'm going to have to go with A on this one.
Yeah, that is correct. Is that like calling it the Green Bay Football? I don't know.
It would be more like Green Bay Field.
Yeah. The Green Bay Turf, yeah.
But yeah, the Ice were in the IHL and the CHL. They ceased operations just over 10 years ago. Game Master Scheibe,
And they made the right decision.
That is correct, yes. Yeah. Game Master Scheibe, how did Tanner do on our game?
Tanner got 5 out of 5 correct. A perfect score. He's a winner.
There we go, Tanner.
Well done.
Thanks so much for playing, sir.
So, Aaron, since Rockford Ice Hogs was a question, do you frequent Beefaroo when you guys go down there?
I do not unless I'm driving on my own. But yeah, way to give them a plug. But yes,
I've never been there. I just find that an interesting
It's
name.
a fantastic name.
Do you have a favorite place to stop, like when you're on the road? Like when you go to a certain city, like, gotta go here? Or is it very team mandated?
Well, if you're in Canada, you have to go to Tim Hortons.
Of course.
Yeah, right?
Of course. Okay.
Because, you're born with coffee in one hand and then 4 donuts in the other. So, but yeah, that's the big one. Other than that, it's we're all over the place, so it's hard to pick just one.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right, well, before we head to our next break, I want to note that Ian gets an additional point for that successful hint in our last game.
Yeah, way to go, Ian.
The moment you've all been waiting for is almost here. Stick around and listen to our panelists duke it out on the Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown coming up right after the break. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. Hello all, I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master here at What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. Thanks for listening in. I may not know much about sports, but what I do know about are our social media pages. Check us out on Facebook at What's the Score, or Twitter and Instagram at WTS Sports Quiz. Thanks very much for listening.
Hey everybody, just want to take a quick minute to remind you to go and check out our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com. It has all the latest information about WTS and everything that's going on. Find out more information about Game Master Scheibe. Check out the blog section to see what our latest articles are. Or even go and check out our panelist leaderboard, our archive, and all the numerous other things that you can find by visiting us at WTS Sports Quiz. And if you want to be a contestant, why not fill out our contact form or our contestant form and let us know if you want to be a part of our terrific show today. Thanks so much for listening, and let's get back to the action.
Hello and welcome back. Thanks for listening to What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. Our panelists have been warming up for their final showdown. While they get ready to rack their brains, here's your host at the Attention Era Media Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. We've had a great show this week. A quick reminder to go check out our show on iHeartRadio and iTunes. With all that being said, Game Master Scheibe, what time is it?
It's time for the Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown. Our panelists will be given 4 topics in which they will have 10 seconds to name 5 people, teams, places, or things related to the sports world. Each panelist will have the same category. However, they cannot repeat answers. 1 point is awarded for each correct answer.
Game Master Scheibe, can you give us the scores, please?
I can. Don is in third with 2 points.
Don, sorry.
And Ian and Aaron are tied with 3.
Ooh, all right. So, Don, you will be going first, sir.
You sure you just don't want me to sit out and let these two heavyweights battle it out?
No, I think it's going to be fun. You know, what, are you calling them fat now? You yelled at Ian for calling you large, and all of a sudden, you're throwing it right back, I guess.
But I'm fat myself, so it doesn't apply.
It's okay. So it's a legit heavheavyweight battle.
All right, Don.
Heavy in muscle.
Yes.
That's what heavyweight is,
heavy
right?
Heavy in heart.
Muscle weighs more, yeah.
Yes. All right, Don, first category for you. You're going to be naming 5 NHL teams. 10 seconds and go.
Colorado Avalanche, the Los Angeles Kings, yeah, that's about it. Oh, I didn't even go with the Norris division.
That's all good. You got 2.
The Norris division.
The Norris division.
It only ended in 86.
Yeah. All right.
That's
Ian.
the last time I went to a Hawks game.
There you go. 10 seconds, Ian, and go.
The Detroit Red Wings, Minnesota Wild, Dallas Stars, Winnipeg Jets, Vancouver Canucks.
There you go. You got 5. Nicely done.
He Googled well.
Yes.
I have notes.
I think you're taking notes. Googling is illegal, but taking a note and writing it down is legal. All right, Aaron, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
Nashville Predators, Tampa Bay Lightning, Carolina Hurricanes, Florida Panthers, Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, there you go. It's actually the Canadiens, not the Canadiens.
I thought I said that.
Maybe you did.
Montreal.
Montreal. All right, Ian, over to you. 10 seconds. You're going to be naming 5 current NFL defensive players. Okay? 10 seconds and go.
Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, Luke Kuechly, Sean Lee, and Ryan Pickett.
Yeah, there you go. Nicely done. You got 5. Ryan Pickett still playing, isn't he? I don't know. I thought he sure was.
I've now say Clay Matthews or Jake Ryan.
Wow, just give them their
answers.
Yeah. Woo! I got 2.
All right, we'll go with it. All right, Aaron, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
Von Miller, Jake Ryan, Clay Matthews, Clinton Dix, Harrison Smith.
There you go. You got 5. Nicely done. Don's like, All right, 10 seconds, Don, and go.
Podlesny, J.J. Watt, Nelson from the Raiders, whatever his first name is.
Sure.
We'll just call that.
You're just going to go there?
We'll just go 3.
Why not go
Reggie
for the 5?
Nelson.
Hey, as Al McGuire said, C students, they run the world. So 3 is a C. I'm good with that.
Hey,
I don't need to overachieve with these guys. I told you, I'm just here to get out of the way.
No,
Let these two
we
go at it.
appreciate it.
I'm in between them, but they're the ones that
You're
are
doing just
dropping
enough,
gloves.
but fair enough. All right, Aaron, we'll start with you in our third round. You're going to be naming 5 professional athletes that have Michael as their first name.
Okay. Retired or active?
Current.
Active.
Yep.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Boy, oh boy.
And begin.
Michael Schumacher still active?
We have to check on that one.
Michael Johnson. Michael.
We got 1 for him on that one. All right, Don, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
MCW, Michael Carter Williams.
Yes.
Michael Jones, Michael Smith, Michael Johnson, Michael James.
1. We're going to go with 1 on that one. All right, Ian, over to you. And go.
Michael Floyd, Michael Williams, Michael Johnson, Michael Jackson, Michael... I don't know.
Pretty sure we're going to go with 2 on that one. Yeah, it's interesting. As common as a first name it is, you get to pro sports, and all of a sudden it's like, not that many Michaels. Interesting. All right, as we head into the final round, Game Master Scheibe, what are our scores?
Don is in third place with 8 points.
Brilliant showing again.
Quality.
Aaron is in second with 14, and Ian's in the lead with 15.
Gentlemen, I'm going to show you how I'm going to get the win right now, though.
Don has 63 points. Holy cow.
For 48 cents. That's impressive.
Struggling artist will take anything. He doesn't know where his next meth hit. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. You're not wrong. What just happened? All right, Don, you're going to lead us off.
A lot of editing on this part.
I guess so. It's all good. We'll fix it in post. All right. The way our final round works is you get 10 seconds to name as many as you can of said topic. All right? So it gives people like yourself, Don, that are struggling artists to maybe catch up, okay? And vice versa for those that are also currently winning. All right? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. You're going to be naming as many as you can current NBA coaches. Okay? 10 seconds and begin.
Just want anybody in the Milwaukee area to come out to Candy Cane Lane area, 92nd to 96th in Oklahoma, drop a few bucks in the bucket for the MAC Fund, and visit all the nice Christmas lights.
All right. There we go. Nicely done. Wow.
Well played.
I have to get my, normal.
You usually try to get at least 1. So Aaron's in second place?
That's correct, with 14.
So Aaron needs 1 to tie and multiple to continue to go ahead. Okay,
Yes.
10 seconds, Aaron. Current NBA coaches, as many as you can in 10 seconds. Go.
Tyronn Lue, Jason Kidd, Tom Thibodeau, Rick Carlisle, Steve Kerr, the Boston Celtics guy, the guy that was at Butler.
5. We got 5 for him. All right, so Game Master Scheibe, what does Ian need?
Ian needs 4 to tie and 5 to win.
All right, Ian, 10 seconds and go.
Fred Hoiberg, Greg Popovich, Stan Van Gundy, Brad Stevens, Nate McMillan, Terry Stotts. I think I won, so I'm going to end it there. Luke Walton.
Hey, there's another one. That is correct. He got 7 in total. There we go.
Wow.
All right, Game Master Scheibe, what are the final scores this week?
The final scores are Don in third with 8 points, Aaron in second with 19, and Ian's the big winner with 22 points.
Hey. Wow. Congratulations, Ian, on winning our Left's Lucky Town Name 5 panelist showdown. A very hard-fought battle this week between Ian and Aaron. And Don, we appreciate you gracing us with your presence.
Here's your participation ribbon.
I'm not into that millennial stuff, all right? All I have to say is my whole goal is I want to beat the losing streak of the racing president, Teddy Roosevelt. That is my goal. If I can accomplish that on What's the Score,
you're on your way.
I think I've accomplished a lot in life.
And I think that, it kind of goes without saying, too. We have certain panelists on the show for their knowledge, and we have certain people on the show for their personality. And I think you've got a good mixture of both because let's not...
I was going to say, why
the
heck
am
I on this show?
As much as you play it off like, I don't know a lot, like you do. You've been around, you've seen some things and stuff, but you're a fun guy, though. You've got a good
One thing I haven't seen is Scheibe's bedroom. I just want to make sure everybody knows that, okay? I did not get my, gamer mastery there.
Fair enough. Aside from all of what Don has said the last 60 minutes, Aaron, what did you think of your first time?
I enjoyed it. I really loved it. Thank you guys very much.
Absolutely. And Ian, final thoughts from you, sir, for another victory for you? Congratulations.
It was a tough one again. Last time I went against a new person, I did lose, so it was good to beat the new guy this time.
Absolutely.
And it was also good to beat the best dressed guy this time also.
It's true. That is true. So I don't know if you get double points for any of that, but even still, we're excited, though, and we're grateful for having you on. What's the Score has been a production of Attention Era Media. A very special thanks to our contestants and the studio audience here at the Attention Era Media Studios.
Our panelists this week have been Don Wadewitz, Ian DeMarse, and Aaron Sims.
Our social media producers are Tony Larson and Emily Heffler. Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our show producers are David Bobke and Caleb Pearson. And the executive director of What's the Score is Liz Colburn.
I've been your game master, Josh Scheibe.
And I've been your host, Baxter Colburn. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time on What's the Score.